Yo, what up? What up? What up, y'all? Let everyone know I'm live. Y'all watching me in selfie mode. About to make an announcement to IG. What up? What y'all? How'd y'all? Well, can y'all hear me first of all? Can y'all hear me? Am I loud enough? No? Damn. Give me a sec. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. I was on mute, I guess. What up? No, it's all good. Literally, my YouTube is bugging, or my main computer is bugging. I think I need to clear out space because it was like exploding. I checked, I had like 10 megs left on my computer. I got to clean it out. Yo, what up? What up? How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by. It seriously means so much that y'all stop by. Any thoughts? Any favorites? Hey, Kazu. Super happy to see you, dog. You're like a OG, bro. An OG. You were around since the Darko days. Shouts out to Kazu. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you rocked with it. There was I mean, for anyone who was tapped in, there was only like three new songs. But for anyone who's maybe came along at like different times, uh there's just new stuff like around. Because like the oldest song in there's a kombucha track. And then the new ones were smoking on that Algo pack. Shouts out to the homie Renzo. 'Cause I was looking for a name for the project. And I was like going through a few drafts. I wanted to definitely tie into Algo stuff, and he made a joke saying like smoked on the Algo pack. So I got that. And then I had Inferno, which was gonna be a older, which was like gonna be on the Inferno album, but I never made it. So then I remade the beat and then remade the lyrics and everything. And then yeah, shouts out to SZA. At the end of the track, I go like smoking on the Algo tonight. Hopefully she don't sue me. And then I have I beat capitalism, which is like my take on the person online or the person in general who argues, oh, I would take the dinner with Jay-Z over the 500K. Tour dates, I don't know. I low-key do want to go on tour, but I think I might try to set something up because I have like people in different like cities that want me to perform. I feel a lot that's enough. So I think it'd be cool, but I definitely don't want to do it alone. So shoot. I mean, this year I'm even trying to get back in my performing bag. I did like something last minute last week or 2 weeks ago, and I'm doing something last minute Friday out in the valley. Yeah, I gotta go to Texas. I gotta go to Texas. Uh, Florida has been requested, Nashville, um, more up north, like Northern California and Atlanta. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. at least for definitely for the LA stuff, but definitely if I could do it with like, some folks, that'd be cool. But I might try to plan that like I might maybe I should start planning that like around this summer and fall-ish and then see what I can do for next year. Shouts out to the homies at Nod Theory, like Renzo, Ken Danger, Arlena, because they're on tour right now. So like I'm kind of like taking notes from them and I'm probably gonna try to get some advice from them. Yeah, of course, Black Umar, like if you're touring out perform if I don't got time. Yeah, no, for sure. No, the Nerd Night crew, my cousins, y'all gotta be involved some way, somehow. I cannot do this without y'all. I cannot. Y'all family for real. Y'all are even the reason why I'm in like the LA space. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I met Juice on Reddit and I met all y'all and stuff. So like, nah, y'all are essential to the Kawaii C's lore. Like monumental. Yeah, literally fate. Hey, I'm honored to be part of the round table, dog. I'm trying to do what I can, trying to give some of my knowledge where I can. But I don't know, it's the beautiful thing about community. I feel like we all help each other, and I don't know, the like y'all just becoming like my family has been like so important to me. So I know I really appreciate y'all, and I'm glad I get to do this with y'all. Like honestly, um, so yeah, so I don't know. I'm glad. I'm right now. I'm testing out some CD demos. I'm trying to see like which quality I like. I got this one from Kanaki, but there's another one called like Elastistage that looks pretty good. I know Kanaki doesn't do like an inner booklet, but I'm trying to do an inner booklet. But if it's too pricey, I don't know. So I'm gonna let y'all know about that. But I mean, this came out pretty decent so far. Justin's a big character for all. Another monumental part of the Quiet Peas lore, and then obviously homemade Green 70, the artistic genius behind the algorithm art, point blank period. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I was actually surprised how like well this kind of came out. So I'm curious how it's gonna be like on the other one, and I'm trying to get that booklet ready. Yo, Green is crazy with the art. Like Green is ridiculous. Shouts out to them. And they hit me up like a long time ago. I think they're on like the backflip era drop. And we were just chatting it up. And then I just seen their art and I was like, I gotta work with them on their art. Their art is crazy. Like I literally cannot take any credit for this other than being the model. Like Green is crazy with it. So shouts out to homemade Green 70. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get these like literally as soon as I can. I'm hoping by the end of the month for people to start like ordering it. I just gotta finish the other one and then just compare what's going on, and then yeah, and and it's not gonna be anything like too pricey or nothing like that. I'll probably just be on my Bandcamp, um, and just if you want to buy one, definitely buy one. I might do like a limited signed version too, because people seem to like that stuff and historic. Yeah. So since y'all are in here and y'all tapped in, the next stuff I'm gonna do after pushing this is I got a lot of things like lined up. I've been like making a lot of music. Uh, I've had to stop for a little bit to like prep some of this stuff and the end of this, but I'm working on a lot of like collaboration stuff. So definitely prepare for some of that. And then for all the musicians in here, you probably already know I'm kind of working on this. So, or if not, you know you're going to be involved. I already I need to talk to you, Blackie Martin, because I already have a beat made that I need you and Sensei on. And then obviously Juice, we're gonna get something popping. So yeah, me too, me too. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be mad fun. Any standout songs, standout tracks on the project? Just period, even if it's ones that you heard before, ones you haven't heard, uh like some of the new ones, trying to feel it out. Oh hell yeah. No, I'm so down for a whole collab tape. That'd be super fun. That'd be hella fun. I didn't know Three Stacks dropped a piano album. I didn't even know he was playing piano. That's crazy. I can understand why you're glad and sad. Because honestly, I like the Flute album. I really like the ambient music. I really think it's cool. It can evoke a lot of cool emotion, but it's like I always want to hear Three Stacks rapping selfishly, but I get it. So I'm curious to hear what his piano is and if it's also ambient. That's so interesting. Yeah, the Flute album was fire. The Flute album was like it was crazy. Um, I need to listen to it too, like when I'm in the zone too, because I think I've listened to it like 3 times, and I just like had it while I was maybe like cooking or whatever. But like, there's some really crazy emotions during some of those songs. And he explained his process one time as like it's like he explained his flute playing that he's like the Lil B of the flute world, where he kind of just takes the punk approach. And I saw him do it a little bit at Flog, and people the crowd was so disrespectful, bro. It made me so fucking mad, dog. Like I was pissed because that project was great. Yeah, I think getting it for your future students would be great. I think it's just a good like piece of just the Three Stacks history, and even just showing that and just showing the totality of what being an artist is and how that changes. Because I mean, it even made me think about like what I may do in 30, 40 years, especially as a producer, since I'm a producer and I like instrumentations and I like instruments. I'm sure there's gonna be like other things I'm gonna want to explore. Like I already do. I mean, A Moment to Forget is a whole guitar video game-ish type of track. So it's just like, I don't know, I think it's really it sucks that we're not hearing Three Stacks rap, but it's also really inspiring to see how someone can grow because music just never leaves you. It just may look different as time goes on. If you don't text Big Boy, that's funny. That's mad funny. My favorite project or song I've dropped. Oh man, that's hard. I mm, hmm. Okay, I'm gonna not count this project just because my most recent project is always my favorite project. But that's like I don't know. I feel like that's almost cheating because it's almost like recency bias. But the first one that comes to my mind after that, honestly, is my 2018 project, Kawaii Darko. It was an interesting point in time. That project I made as a like dedicated to Donnie Darko like universe, and I wanted to really like capture what that movie made me feel like and relate it to my life at the time. And I know I was in college at the time, so I kind of rapped about that and like what if I was that character. And the uh the instrumentation was like really vaporwave inspired and future funk inspired. and that whole project is like a cohesive version of that sound. Like that whole project is basically the catalyst for songs like Backflip and Get Up and some of the stuff like any like the future funky vaporwave type of songs that I do. And I think the instrumentation is really powerful. I think it's some of my best cohesive, like as a cohesive instrumentation project across the board in terms of like starting like, from A to Z, it just all sounds like one big thing because it was made in the same similar point of time. Where like this project I've made over the years and just practicing different things and executing different things. But my only thing with Quiet Darko is at that time, and it is me being hard on myself. My rapping ability wasn't up to par to the type of instrumentals I was creating. Because like obviously the beats I make is like really different and really weird. And at that time, I was more comfortable rapping over like boom bap type stuff and maybe a little bit of trap. But the beats were so weird that I was like getting comfortable rapping over these like those types of instrumentals. So like, and it was what 2018. It was like 7 years ago. So obviously I've grown from that. So like when I listen to it back, I'm always like, the rapping could have been up to par a little bit. But I think the instrumentation wise, like, you know, I think it was just really, I think it was just really great. I think that's really a big catalyst for me. I'm glad you like Moments to Forget. I'm really proud of that. I'm super sad that I lost the stems, but I'm glad that it sounds the way it does. I mastered it on the SP404 and yeah, track list. Yeah, actually I need to upload the track list. Let me edit that on YouTube right now because I have it. I just don't want to put any spoilers. But basically it is all the EPs from the backflip era minus like minus a song I did with BB Gloss and Mercury, and then it's including three new songs. So the first song is like Smoking on that Algo pack, and then number four is different. That's Inferno, and then number nine I want to say is I Beat Capitalism. Uh, so let me actually add that to the YouTube video now. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. If you listen to Quiet Darko, definitely like I don't know, hit me on like IG or leave a comment here somewhere, like on my page or something. Let me know what you think about it. I'm just curious, it's a project that a lot of people who've like did a deep dive on my discography kind of just always tell me about like, wow, that one really stood out. And I think that's like if I had like a signature sound, I think that's the catalyst for that. Yeah, Black and White. Yeah, you get it. It's just I don't know, like I take rap seriously, but I'm always like a producer first, and my production skills were like always blasted off like quicker than my writing because I produce more. So I definitely had to like catch up. And I think the project I made after Road to Dawn, which was based off of like Kingdom Hearts-ish stuff, but like in hindsight, it was actually like a really big metaphor allegory for like the depression I had and like overcoming that. My rapping ability really picked up, and then I also was learning how to like not use beats with samples. So it's like I don't know, it was always like a give or take thing. And now I feel like, I'm pretty even with the rapping and the production, and I think I have like a better idea where my production is going in the lens of like, it's hip hop, but it takes so many different things where it's like almost through a lens of like it's through a different lens, and I think I can accompany that very well. Um, yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely take a listen. It's on my Bandcamp and it's on Spotify. I'm sure it's somewhere here on YouTube as well. I need to get it to this page or this channel, but I know it's on YouTube and I need to get it on my SoundCloud. I think I have like two of my old albums not on my SoundCloud. But let me get this track list. But thanks for that question, character. I could talk about music and my music all day and the history of it. I've been I've been making music for a very long time, and I have a lot of like old stuff out there. Like I have a project all the way from 2014 when I was like 17 years old. Hey, what up, John? From Connecticut. Shouts out Connecticut. I got some fam over there. Get Up. No, that's reasonable. It's funny. They're connected. Get Up and Darko Man are very connected. Darko Man is a reference to the Darko album. Like that was like me revisiting that sound. Funny enough. And then Get Up, it's Get Up. So I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, John, yo, what up? Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know who you are. Shouts out. I'm glad to see you here, dog. I'm glad to see you here. Shouts out to Jesse too. I've been good, man. Just finally released the album tying up the algorithm era. Smoking on that algo pack. Shouts out to SZA. Shouts out to SZA. The one with Flume. I thought it was pretty good. I only listened to it once, so I didn't really have like crazy opinions on it. I thought the first track was really funny and like I don't know, just kind of cute. And then the song with Raven Lenae is great. I think Raven Lenae is so talented, and I just love when I just love Raven Lenae. She's so versatile, and I think having her with Flume and Peggy is like something I didn't necessarily expect, and I'm also not surprised. So it was cool, but I need to like listen to it more. I haven't really had time to listen to it, but I definitely enjoyed it. The second one was with Raven Lenae, right? I don't remember. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That song was really good, and then the switch and Flume and JPEG really accompany each other well because JPEG has like a very strong electronic sound as well that I think Flume accompanies with great textures. Flume makes such great textures on sounds, and I could tell that like Peggy studied Flume's music because what kind of rapping is this uses granulated synths, and that's like Flume's whole entire bag. So yeah. Uh Favorite verse I've written. That's really hard because there's like when I think about verses, I think about them in the context of like lyrics and then like also like flow and delivery, you know what I mean? Um Lyrically though, okay, and content wise, because I also think like doing like crazy lyricism doesn't always equal content because you can just be also really straightforward with what you're saying and connect with someone if that makes any sense, like because how versatile this rap and stuff like that is. So I'm gonna cheat and give you like three songs. So when it comes to uh like content, it's probably Cloudy Days and Milk Drinks because that's probably my most vulnerable song outside of like Weird Beat the Trauma Dump 2. Where Weird Beat the Trauma Dump 2 and like even Get Up is like so crowded with like the instrumental where you can almost like not even listen, you know what I mean? And like still vibe out where Cloudy Days is so open. And I'm just literally like I wrote that after a therapy session. I picked up my guitar, tears on my guitar, all emo. I picked up the guitar, played that melody, and then just wrote that song. So that's probably my favorite content wise because I think it's as adult me or me, it's more closer to the stuff I feel now. I was like trauma in my bones. When it comes to lyrics wise, I think it's AO. I popped off on AO. I ain't gonna lie. When I wrote that, I was like BB glows. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I kind of popped off. I wrote that when I was at work. And there's something, shouts out to Renzo, because we are talking about writing at work. When you write at work, you're writing like, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta make that verse that's gonna make me pop off. You know what I mean? So like I was just like in that bag. And I think there's so many like double entendre. I didn't do a lyric breakdown for that video because there's so many double entendres and things that lead to each other. And my favorite like bars of that is the whole pop star bag when I was like damn, I'm so bad at recalling my lyrics. But it's the but I lead with my truth and my eat. I'm a cheat. I got the lyrics somewhere. I'm a cheat. I'm a cheat. Here we go. Lyrics. Yeah, I say feel the emotions, 3 flasks of Swift potions, because like Taylor Swift. I'm a brat in the game, that's a sick notion. Brat, Charlie XCX. Because I lead with my truth and my emotions, that's Carly Rae Jepsen. Create a flame with a twig in a deep ocean, that's FKA Twigs. Uh and then I say contradictory, waiting for my victory. Spit slick like I rule across the history, like Slick Rick the Ruler. So like that's probably my favorite one lyrically. And then like flow wise, it's probably bedtime nauseous, because bedtime is so abstract and nauseous is like very, I don't know. I just kind of like my flow. I always feel like I'm in my bag with that. So yeah. Life and Times, I am the algorithm, and AO is also up there. Yeah, AO, fire. I am the algorithm. I'm glad. That's like, yeah, I am the algorithm is fun. That's like me really trying to fuse the alternative and pop style together. And Life and Times, man, shouts out to Moisturized Kev, man. Shouts out, he's dropped like a new EP not too long ago. And he had this song called Zombies and another song that's like really great. And he updated his mic too. So like I'm glad like more people are receptive to Kev, because Kev's lyrics are so good. Uh Life and Times. I love that beat too. Um Album of the year so far. Honestly, I don't even think have I listened to any albums that dropped this year. I've been listening to a lot of older like music that's dropped like older music, you know what I mean? Uh Dang, what did I listen to anything new this year? I mean, I listened to the Playboy Cardi album and I like it, but I can't comfortably say that's like my album of the year, you know what I mean? Um, some of my favorite albums though I've listened to this year though is this lady called Lizzie Mercier I don't know, but she's some French girl, and her album something Nassau in like 1981, really fire, really cool, interesting stuff. It's like it's like really abstract, but she pulls from a lot of like different American genres, so that's cool. Sneaker Pimps, Becoming X, that's like 1990 something. It's like a trip hop album, and that album is really cool. That genre of music inspired the first song on this album, Smoking on the Algo Pack. Uh, I was revisiting Ray Villeneuve's album from last year, and Bird's Eye View. The album I've been like rotating heavy. Fouché's album, Pointy Heights, which also came out last year. I've been rotating like heavy. Um, Lately I've been listening to Bergine. They make like house disco stuff. That's really cool. And then Liv, she makes like experimental alternative like neo soul. At least the album I was listening to, and I'm forgetting the name, but I know she's like connected with like Mavi and like Earl and all of them. But those albums have been on heavy on rotation. But like I really can't remember 2025 album that I was really listening to that like I've been rotating. Like I listened to the Cardi album like 3 times, and like it didn't really stick with me outside of like a few songs. Uh, yeah, I'll have to think about that. Honestly, I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I've been just been rotating like older music and just kind of like finding things and like practicing stuff. Um, yeah, shout out to Moisturized Kev always. Moisturized Kev, the goat, man. What was it? Baby, don't mute the phone. I swear I heard you. Deontay, me listen to Deontay. Nav, sounds electronic and not mixed so well. I need to give Nav a shot. I don't know. He had a song that he had with Uzi back on Eternal Take, that I really liked. And Beats in the Trap was cool, but he was saying the N-word, and that's just not cool. I don't know. I never really tapped into Nav like that. But I know he's always like kind of joked about. Oh, the Skrillex album that came out this year was really good, and I do not listen to Skrillex. Like I never really listened to Skrillex like that, and I just gave it a shot, and it was really good. And there's also the new Jane Remover, which I haven't really like dived into yet. But outside of that, yeah, I've also been kind of like trying to catch up to a lot of like the hip hop I missed over the last year as well. Um Neonte. I'm gonna check that out. Neonte. Who's Neonte? Neonte. I think I know Neonce. Oh, okay. Trap, Detroit Trap, Plug, Cloud. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Dante's Inferno. There was another album. I forgot who it was. I think I was listening to Open Mike Eagle just talk about music in general, and he was saying his kid was into this group, and I forgot what it was called. And I listened to it, and it was pretty fire. It was like trap. Was it like was it trap and B, R and plug and B type stuff? But it was like really interesting. It had some pretty cool samples. I'm gonna check out this Neonte album. That actually reminds me, I've been listening to this guy, Renzo put me on, called Fear Dorian. They dropped a project this year that was really good, actually. So that's probably up there for sure. And this guy like Polo Perks, my homie Size 11 just put me onto it. And they didn't drop this year, but they dropped the project last year with Fear Dorian and someone else, and that was really cool. That was really cool. Hey, shouts out to that algorithm. Yeah, I'm excited for all the new Nerd Night stuff. The new track is crazy. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but Nerd Night, every generational heart. The music is fire. Music fire. The last album is crazy too. I'm still mad that y'all left me off that breakbeat song that y'all and Juice were on. That song is crazy. That song is crazy. I'll check out Jesse's video. That song is ridiculous though. That I'm losing the name right now, but that song is ridiculous. That song in Zombies. You know. Hell yeah. Well, I'm hoping the I'm hoping the plan does go accordingly. If not, just let me know. And always hit me for the, like the any you know, anything regarding that. Even content ideas. I've been like talking to some folks, especially like Size 11. We were going back and forth with like content ideas that kind of resonate. So I'm like in the workshop right now. Gonna try some new stuff for the Smoking on the Algo pack. Uh, see what I can do. I'm getting some inspiration from that Adam Killa guy. That song he dropped where he was doing that dance was like, if your name is D, this is for you, and he was like shaking his head. Like I don't know, there's something there with like call to actions that I'm gonna be experimenting with. So definitely hit me. But yeah, no, the Skrillex album was cool. I'm gonna study some of those beats. It's so interesting. Like I was never really into like dubstep and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff with the drums and pacing of the songs I think can really translate over to like hip hop music too. Damn, I did not know both of you were dropping individual albums. That's crazy. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Unite Leftovers in the year. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, dubstep is growing on me. I get it. I think I didn't like growing up when it was like really popular. I was never into electronic music, ironically enough, because like a good chunk of my music is electronic. So I never really got it. And then the electronic I more leaned to was like this artist called Lone, Flying Lotus, and like house music. And then it kind of evolved. And I think like listening to like trap-ish type music also really made dubstep click. 'Cause I think I saw in a Skrillex interview that he studied like hip hop, like obviously, to kind of get his drums down. I think something just clicked. Plus also listening to Sophie um helped too. And Charlie. Connie. Yeah, I've heard of Connie. I've heard of Connie. I'm gonna check Connie out more, actually. DMX is considered electronic hip hop? I don't know. Maybe like some of the 2000 stuff, because I think the 2000 stuff like had it like Missy Elliott type stuff had a lot of electronic influence, I feel like, or like the rise of the synthesizer. So, I mean, I can kind of see that, but I don't know. I think it's dark and hell is hot and like what flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I guess like what up y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here could be some electronic stuff. Yeah, no, my production has so much electronic. I actually need to figure out how to market that more, like that I do like a lot of electronic hip hop. I'm trying to figure that out. Because hip hop has such a bad subgenre thing. where like anything different is just like alternative, but alternative hip hop is such a wide range. So I'm really trying to like figure that out. 'Cause I definitely have like I'm not like half of this album is electronic, the other half is like sample based or like a fusion. So no, I definitely make that electronic stuff. Dang, Juice, you gonna drop this year too? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, I'm eating this year. I'm eating. Yeah, yeah, John. I play live pretty often. Uh in 2023, I performed like 18 times. M- a lot of times I was with Juice and Blackie Mar in here. Definitely check out their music. Their music is fire. Last year, I think I performed like 5 or 6 times, and then this year I've only done one, but I'm doing another small one on Friday. So I perform live. I really do enjoy performing live. It's actually one of my favorite things. Oh, it's not gonna be more than one Juice song to record. Yo, Juice, when you make a chorus though, it be slapping, bro. It be slapping. Yeah, I'm excited for more Juice. Size 11 and I were on a drive, like a long drive this weekend, and we were cycling through some of your songs. I think Juice MC is crazy. Yeah, no, I definitely gotta make it to Connecticut. I have some folks. I want to have some family in Connecticut, and there's also like people in the New Haven scene that I know. So I definitely got to do it. And yeah, I have to do an East Coast tour. Like, I mean, I know so many people from New York. I mean, I was born in New York. I lived there for 15 years. I know people in Florida. People in Florida that I gotta check in with and perform. There's people in Atlanta, New York, and definitely yeah, I think the Connecticut scene too. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to figure out a tour thing. It's just all that stuff is so the tour stuff is so pricey, and I definitely want to get things in order so I can so not only go on tour but actually provide other things such as like merch and physical media and stuff like that. So but I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to see if I can do with like a group or something. But I think I mentioned it earlier. I have some friends who are on tour right now. So when they're done with their tour, I'm gonna take notes from them for the good, the bad, and like things that they learned from it, so I can kind of jump off of that. Yeah, nerdcore is such a very vague term too. I was even talking about it yesterday because I was explaining to 11 about like the nerdcore scene, but I was like, your nerdcore is like very different than like other nerdcores. Like, but it's all like nerdcore. So it's like all these umbrella um terms that go into different things and overlap because everything is so vague. But I think like a lot of people outside of the culture think like a lot of hip hop just sounds the same, which it does, like we're a diverse genre with so many different styles, avenues, deliveries, lyricalities. I think all the wordy stuff can be cool, but I think also being straightforward and melodic is can be just as lyrical, it's just different. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh yeah, no, pockets fit to disintegrate. Like I will also have to be in a spot where I know if I'm going on tour, I'm expected to lose like a good amount of money. Like based off like, I mean, if it's a West Coast tour, right? Like driving could be a thing, right? Even that is like gas, food, etc. But going to East Coast, that's gonna be flights and then like managing like work and stuff. So like yeah, that's the other thing too. Like I need to be in a spot where I know that I'm gonna lose money and just be happy if I even break even. And just do it just to do it, you know? And a lot of this music stuff is like delayed gratification, I feel like. You kind of get your flowers later. Yeah, booking venues is tough. I know there's an app somewhere. YouTuber I watch, Use Information, Jesse Kane. He said there's an app that actually can make booking venues a little bit easier. So I'm gonna check that out. And then I'm gonna see what the homie is doing. I think the type of venues that would have to book would probably have to be smaller ones with like small bars and stuff. But I think that seems to be the move where it's almost like I'm trying to bring out people. And that's the other thing too. Like I know I have people on these different cities, but like I know in Los Angeles I can bring out like a decent amount of people. But out there it's like I don't know who and what I can bring, which it doesn't really matter, but it also does matter a little bit for booking the venue, like. So I probably got to tap in with the locals there. Fairfield Stage. It's one small, make it standing room only. Yeah, I'll check out Fairfield Stage. I'll check that out. Um, because yeah, small menu is the way to go. Um, more intimate and stuff, and then just seeing who's popping in that area, who will bring folks, etc. Stage one to see. Okay, I'm gonna note that down. I'm gonna note that down. Stage one, FTC. So, love me a small venue. Also wanna I don't know, out here try to like level up on a venue as well. I might Blacky Mar and Juice, I might have to next time we link up, which I know is soon, I may maybe we should talk about something. I have some ideas for locations at least and see what we can do. That'll at least give us like almost like your performing resume, you know? 'Cause there's like a concept of like performing at spots almost like as a resume type of thing. So when you're pitching, like people know, like, oh, you performed at XYZ, so you're like some pretentious BS type stuff. But I think there's one that's really accessible to us. I think. So I'll talk about it with y'all later and then see what y'all think. Yeah. Yeah, catch one. Catch one is another one. Yep, catch one is definitely another one that gave us clout. Because I remember when I was telling people I was at catch one, they're like, "Oh shoot, catch one." So yeah, so exactly, just like that. Catch one is a good like performing resume one. I think we could leverage that for sure. Um, I want to say it's the I want to say it's the Lodge Room. Nice and small venue, but like I've seen artists of like all sizes play there. Like ones with like ones that's almost like you're aren't you a little too big to be playing here? Not like in a bad way, but like in a damn, you know what I mean? Like I'm shocked, but the room is like packed. And it's like right in DTLA. Um but I need to check it out. And there's some people in our local scene who's played there already, so I might also leverage some of that information to see how that went. But yeah, Catch One is another good one that we already got in our pockets. Look at that place because he loves the sound there. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out, and I'll check out the band Ballyhoo. Maybe I'll connect with them too and ask them what's up. Yeah, performance fun. I miss it. I always lose my voice though. I need to go to like a speech doctor. I'm like, maybe I'm using my voice wrong. Maybe I'm talking wrong. But I love performing. When I performed like 2 weeks ago, I'm about to put up the footage and edit the stuff too. It was just really nice refresher. Yeah, there's some artists I know in Connecticut that that would probably be down, and they're great. Uh, yeah, so I just gotta see. But no, you're right. That's like the other thing, like finding the featured artists or the openers. That's what all the other artists do too. Like there's a lot of the bigger artists kind of like they'll follow the smaller artists and see like what's up in the area. So that's like any artist in here, that's like a big thing to do too. If you know that like an artist in your niche is like performing, like hit them up or their find their booking agent and just ask if you can open because sometimes you're looking and if you present it right there, then yeah, like easy money. Yeah, I know openers can be hit or miss. That's like such is life, right? Sometimes openers be popping off. Sometimes openers be popping off. I love a good opener. I don't get folks who skip openers. Um, I love seeing an opener unless I seen them multiple times. I'm mad. I went to the Tyler concert. I got like a free ticket, but like timing wise, for me getting off of work, I missed Paris, Texas, and I was pissed. Even though I've seen Paris, Texas, Caesar's Forum and Fairplex, and I haven't mentioned anime. Oh yeah, no, y'all resume is actually fire. I remember that was like one of the first things I met when I met y'all, and I saw that y'all did I think it was like Anime Expo or something like that. So yeah, Caesar's Forum, Fairplex. Yeah, yeah, anime. Yeah. So y'all got the resume. I think maybe I need to build my resume. But all that stuff can be leveraged for sure when booking venues is my understanding because they call it like the yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, you performed here. It's almost like some gatekeeping BS type stuff. But there's definitely like a cheat code for finding those spots for your niche. And then once you perform there, you can just leverage that. Like I know another one for like alternative music out here is like the Viper Room, I want to say. I think the Viper Room is another one that is good for certain genres. Like once you play there and you tell like a booking agent or whatever, even like if you're someone trying to find a manager or whatever, and you say like, oh, I've played at this spot, it's kind of they're just known for like, oh, good talent has started here. It's like they just have that reputation. So it kind of like gives you some weird gatekeeper thing. But yeah, no, y'all got it, y'all got it. That's what's up. Also, I still gotta get this this track list for you. I thought I had it copy and paste. Oh, I do have a copy somewhere. Nice, low cost. What, like 5, 10, $10 or under 20? Oh, I don't even think the note I have is up to date on the track list. Okay, backflip. Depends on the artist. 125, that's pretty good. Depends on the artist. That makes sense. I'm sure if they have someone who they can like bring out, they'll make like upcharge a lot. Yeah, I hope one of us can get AX. I definitely perform applied like you told me. And then yeah, like I know if I get it, like I'm just doing a a collab set really like with y'all. Like that's just the I don't know, I feel like that's the way. And I feel like people respond, especially cold crowds, I feel like respond a lot to collaborative energy on stage, you know what I mean? Yeah, the description. Get up. Outside concerts. I haven't done one yet in recent memory, I think. It was supposed to be a the Fairplex one with Nerd Night, but my car broke down. I was so pissed. I'm so pissed. Even my car now, update on my car. Uh it struggles going up hills now. It's like I need to get a new whip. It's so annoying. But when I was in college, I was in a band, like a boy band rap group type thing, like a Brockhampton, but we started it around the same time as Brockhampton, so we were like, damn. It was called SAF, and we used to throw shows at the homies in the homies' backyard, and we had like a small lineup, and it was free. Um, and that was outdoors. But now in the future, I definitely want to do an outdoor one, especially with like a band or something. Like I know one of my bucket list items, at least for a project, is doing something with a lot of instrumentation where like a big band can kind of make their stuff. You know? Yeah, shouts out to Saf. Kazu was there at those rigmarole shows. You were there. So you already know the vibes. The earliest, like our earliest music. So you already know. Yeah, that's a lot of applications. So hopefully at least one of us get it. And then y'all set the stage for the nerdcore folks, man, to start applying. Yeah, outdoor shows are great. It's just fun. Even if the sound quality sounds like shit, because it's not like good acoustics sometimes, it's just fun. And it's just like, I don't know, I think it encourages so much more energy and it's not hot and sweaty, you know what I mean? So I love it. That's why I like festivals, to be honest. Even though sometimes I can't hear half the fucking time. But yeah. There's also not like a lot of outdoor spaces, I feel like. But I think I remember Juice had a few outdoor shows at the beach when we first met. I don't know what happened to like that group, but that was a really cool concept. Also, this year in our local scene, I feel like it's been pretty slow for shows. I feel like the mix of like the economic stuff and then the fires really actually like messed up a lot of stuff. At least I think. I feel like things are just like now picking up. Also, shouts out to Reggie Rare with fire spitters. They do outdoor shows. They just go to a park, get like a speaker, at least the one I've seen, and they just let it rock. And I think it's cool. I think it's a cool way. And he was grilling. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things going on. And I think also I might be out of touch to be honest, because I know like Arlena and them, they've been like performing live, and I just haven't really had much time to go. And I'm sure I could find out who's performing more like in that side of the scene. So also I've just been a little out of touch as well, I want to say. And I think a lot of people on our side of the scene that we were like kind of coming up with are like just working on so much stuff. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how Reggie got away with it. It might be because it was out here, but even out where I'm at, like there's a lot of cops around that like do like picking on folks, lies they do. And I don't think they got shut down. But you're right. I do think there's a chance for it to get shut down because you definitely need like a I'm pretty sure you need a permit. Um in college we just had the luck of having a house and we just told the neighbors, like we just went to the homie's house and told the neighbors. But no, you're so right on that. It's such a luck of the draw type of situation. I wonder. Oh, okay. It's kind of outdoors, but not really, but kind of. So one of my homies, I'm not sure if you met her at the on my birthday, AM Golden, talented artist, shouts out, and Nod Theory. So Arlena, Renzo, and Kent, they actually had an outdoor show. It was like in a backyard of like a house in Hollywood. And I asked the person who ran it, I was like, so who owns this spot? And they rented it through Peer Space. So I didn't know how much it cost, but I do think that could alleviate some things because if you rent out a Peer Space, that's like the space for what you're doing. And I'm sure and it had like it had a house, but then the house had like almost like a elevated garage that they performed their music out to, and it's a really cute, small space, but it was outdoors. They had like a charcuterie board, like drinks, like some bud. It was a really great setup, and they got it through Peer Space. They might have had like a deal or something because I think they also kind of knew the owner, but that's something worth looking into for an outdoor thing. It may not be as like outdoors, like an outdoor venue or like a park or a beach type of situation, but it's definitely an outdoor vibe that obviously us being in LA in the summer could definitely benefit from, and it's just a cute vibe. You know what I mean? Um, Clearly, since it's a peer space, though, I mean, we have to be extra careful about respecting the space. But I feel like anything we have thrown has been pretty chill. Like I think they had like maybe one security person, so and bud friendly, especially it's outside. So that might be something worth looking into. Maybe we can talk about it when we link and we can look up to it. But it was from Peer Space. Peer Space. I don't know. All my devices are slow. I'm Blacky Mar. I'm about to update the YouTube video that has the track list, and then it should be on you. It should be on Spotify, Bandcamp, and I actually need to update the SoundCloud one. But Bandcamp and Spotify should be out at like 9 o'clock today. Uh, yeah, and then it's time to make content and spam y'all's timeline. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, the event y'all threw in was it Irvine? It's still one of my top favorite ones. And you had security, and it was pretty good. But yeah, I think this one just had one. I mean, they did a ticketed system because it was a benefit concert too. So it was for like some people who lost their homes in the fire, so they couldn't get in without a ticket anyway, which I guess also added an extra layer of some sort. So there's that as well. Okay, let me save that. Boom, saved. Okay. The YouTube video has the track list, and then Spotify Bandcamp will be up soon. Um, and then SoundCloud as well. But yeah, so I'm approaching the hour mark of this live, so probably gonna bounce soon. Any other questions about anything music related, anything related, anything you want to tap in with? Stun lock me so I stay longer. Because if not, biggity 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 bounce. How to become the algorithm and escape it? Don't make no damn sense. Because sometimes you gotta escape yourself. The the inner demons. The inner demons. Sometimes it overwhelms you. Then you gotta run from it. It's funny, those two titles actually I'm like half joking, but also not. It's like really interesting because those titles came from realizations at the time, you know what I mean? So it's like I am the algorithm. When I came up with that is when I was like really trying to figure out um how the internet works. Like I was like so like what is going on? Like how do I figure this out? And it came after Backflip because like once Backflip popped off and that like blasted off, I already knew. I was like, my next song is probably not gonna reach that same height, and it's gonna mess with me. You know what I mean? So then I was really sitting there and trying to understand it and really trying to like focus almost too much on the marketing. And at that time, I was so entrenched in the internet where I kind of realized like, oh, the algorithm is literally just a product of you. Like we all are the algorithm, for better or for worse. It knows us more than and cheers, happy single tomorrow. Much love, much love. The algorithm knows us more than we know ourselves, unfortunately. So once I kind of realized that, I was like, oh, so all I really need to do is keep posting because the algorithm is a reflection of me. My algorithm is a reflection of me, and it messes you up too on like it feeds on your insecurities as well. Like it's just kind of messed up how the algorithm profits off of us, but it's a reflection of a lot of the things and even the zeitgeist of everything. So once I kind of realized that, I was like, oh, so let me just double down on like trying to do the things I like doing and posting it and really trying to find my community. But if people will be gravitated towards me, whether I'm if I'm posting or not, because someone's gonna gravitate towards it, and the people who like it, it's gonna be shared to those people. So that like definitely represented when I was like deep into like the algorithm, you know what I mean? Like really chronically online. And funny enough, like I know like I'm like chronically online now, but I came from a space where I was not on social media, like period. I was very much outside. I engulfed myself in the algorithm to learn it so I can push my music. 'Cause I want to get this music stuff to work so bad. And then I started recognizing what it was doing to my brain, which goes into I escaped the algorithm because then I was really trying to min max. I'm very much like, you listen to my music. So my music is very min max. I'm trying to push it so much that I even sometimes I push it too much and I gotta like dial it back. So I was really min maxing how to get popping on the internet, through I mean, I'm on YouTube, analyzing how YouTube works, analyzing how TikTok works, analyzing how Instagram works, trying to figure out Reddit, trying to figure out what my community is, and just all these things. But since I'm not only on the internet with music and the algorithm knows me better, it's showing me all these things that I care about and things I may not want to care about that makes me insecure or makes me feel a specific way, or the algorithm really pushes competition, even though that doesn't necessarily matter with music, and it's like gets to me a lot, like, it was getting to me, and, I really need to take a step back because I really am doing a lot. I'm posting on so many different platforms consistently, like, really, that's all that's really needed, and min-maxing, I can do that elsewhere with my music or reconnecting with family, friends, and stuff like that, and I definitely think starting the music stuff was, like, after my pause of the, pandemic, so then that whole I escaped the algorithm thing was, like, me kind of realizing that and being like, oh, I need to get out of this and just kind of exist again. And that's kind of how that kind of came about. And that's why like and I just get the algorithm say, nobody for real and I'm all that, nobody for real when the wall's flat. It's like all this internet stuff isn't real, but it affects us all in a very consequential way through trends and politics and all these things, where it's like just a forum on the internet. So I don't know, that's kind of how I thought about it. And then smoking on the algo pack came from that name came from the homie Renzo because he made a joke. But I was trying to think of a title that kind of tied everything together. So smoking on the algo pack kind of goes both ways, where it's like you're inhaling the algorithm, so it becomes like part of you. But then it's also I'm smoking on that algo pack, like it's done. Like we don't we don't we don't care about the algorithm anymore, because ultimately whether it's the internet, whether it's the algorithm, whether it's in person and all these things, I want to exist with my music and push that. And there's so many different ways to do that. And getting too lost in trying to figure out the algorithm versus making real music, real good music and connecting with the people that I care about is what's really important because things like connecting with the people I've met on the internet is such a beautiful thing and it's helped me gain the confidence to keep doing this because like my music is so weird and I've always had like an insecurity about the type of music I make because it's not, like what everyone else listens to, I guess. But feeling that support online and then feeling it in person and things like meeting y'all, and having my real life community as well really helps me make this feel real. And ironically, through all of that, with all of it being in real life, I wouldn't have not met any of y'all if it wasn't for the internet and the algorithm. So they go hand in hand. So that's kind of what I was thinking about with this whole entire algorithm concept and how it relates to me. This was like my internet era per se, like really being deep in the internet to learn things. So um yeah, so you feel me with the S class cipher. And also, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you know that A off Trey. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. For people who want to start new as an artist, what would you say to them? A few things. First, it's scary because your music is a part of you and it's just an extension of you. Like making music is like channeling like the music spirits before and after you in a really weird way. I think Sinners, if you haven't seen that movie, like perfectly describe that. So it's scary, but it's also important because I think a lot of the vulnerable off trades. Okay, off trades. I'm also a little dyslexic. So okay, off trades. Got it. Off trades. So the creating music like really accesses a side of us, whether you're just producing, singing, rapping, whatever, that is like probably the most vulnerable and putting it out there. Well, it depends. You don't have to put your stuff out there. You don't have to, but if you want to be heard, you have to put your stuff out there. And I think that's the next thing. Like it's scary, but since it's a part of you and you want it to be heard, it's going to resonate with someone if you like it. So I think one, creating, getting in the habit of creating, trying to fighting past that fear that I even still have to this moment, uh, putting it out will allow you to connect with other people. And I think, almost as I explained earlier with some of my music from back then, like I was at various skill levels with my rapping ability, but I still wanted to put it out because I was very proud of what I did at the moment, and I'm still proud of it. But like you want to put it out there so you can connect with the people who are at and around the similar level where you're at, and then build with them. That's the important thing. Like it's cool like trying to get like bigger people to do stuff and like I definitely have my bucket list of people I want to work with. But the beautiful thing is working with the people around you and collaborating with each other and learning from each other in so many different ways because then you'll grow not only great friendships but also as a person and as a musician. But it's really about making the music, putting your hours in, releasing it, and connecting with your community. If you're not releasing it, still connect with the community. Go to if there's any shows in your area, local shows. If not, there's some cool Discord groups or React channels that you can kind of find people in your area and just kind of just like connect with them. But ultimately, in this thing, what I've learned is just like consistency is the key, whether that's releasing it, creating it, and connecting. And your taste in music is always going to be better than your ability at creating music. And that's a good thing. So even if your music isn't perfect at the moment, that imperfection is what makes it music. Perfect music is AI music, and that's boring, right? Imperfection is what creates humanity and uniqueness. So putting that out and then continuing to grow is okay. And even if you look back at that and be like, dang, that wasn't that good, you'd be very surprised who likes it still, right? Or even if then it's just lore. Um, there's like so many artists. You'd be surprised if you just go back and listen to their old stuff. It's like, they don't like it, or you might think it's that good, but there's people who rally behind it. So I think getting rid of that fear and just creating, practicing, releasing is just really important. That's what I think, personally. And study your favorite artists. It's okay if you sound like your favorite artist at first, but you're gonna be you're gonna be the sum of your inspirations. So the more inspirations, the more unique you will be, right? Like listening to my songs, like there's the obvious ones that I always like meme about, but like I can list in like given any given song, probably like 6 or 7 different artists that I've pulled from either consciously or subconsciously. Sometimes it's in hindsight. I'll listen to a song I was listening to in middle school and I'll be like, oh, that's where I got that from. So I don't know. Keep your study your favorite artists, create and connect with people. That's what I think. Any uh any other see that's a good stun lock. Y'all got me for like 20 minutes, I think. Or like 15. Fitness probably one of the songs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. It's just crazy. I was listening to who was I listening to the other day? I'm not sure if it was Lupe. I forgot who I was listening to. But yeah, basically that. I heard something and I was like, oh, I've done that flow before. And I was like, oh shoot, that's where I got that from. You just kind of keep collecting. So like listening to so much music is like so important just to expand where your brain pulls from. His music is all derivative. Like we like the fact that we're like most of his music comes from the 4/4 drum pattern comes from the it's not the funky drummer. It's the something drummer. But that whole do, like that whole break beat, you can strip it down in so many different ways, and music just came from that break beat alone. Or the music we listen to now, a lot of the drum based music of the 4/4 structure. So yeah. Yeah, I got you off trades. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. Off trades. Anything else, y'all? Before I head out, drink some tea, eat a cinnamon roll. Try to do some of these. No, literally, I'm so easy to stomach. I can talk about this stuff literally all day. I really do want to start streaming more. Uh, I don't know what I would stream though, so I'm gonna figure that out. But I need to get my main computer right because I have like no space on that thing, which is annoying because now I can't even make music tonight. I gotta do some data management because that thing's about to blow up, and then yeah. But I definitely want to start streaming a little bit. I think this would be cool. I don't know like at what cadence because I'm also not trying to go like a streamer route. I'm a musician, but I think it's definitely a cool angle to do. Maybe even doing it with like friends or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to the project. If you didn't listen to the project, definitely check it out. Leave a comment. Definitely share it with people you think would like it. Regardless, I really appreciate all of y'all. I'm gonna get these ready sometime soon, hopefully. I'm probably gonna work on that, get that out there, and yeah, just thank you for all the support and being here for the algorithm era. Uh, it's crazy that this era is done, and now we're on to a new era. But well, I guess it's not done yet. I'm still milking that. The song just came out, but peace, y'all. I'm gonna end the stream.